Hi everyone, this is the first video that I've filmed since the clocks went back and the darkness has really taken me by surprise. I've been planning this video all day and sort of faffing around and also messing around with a couple of the new makeup collections that have come out, and all of a sudden it has started to go really dark really quickly, which is kind of appropriate actually, because what I want to talk about today is overnight masks. But if the light goes, you won't be able to see me. I'll have to shine my torch in my face or something, and that won't be fun. So I thought I'd try and not waffle too much and get through these. 5 overnight masks that I think are really, really good. I've used all of these a lot over probably the last 6 months, although the Liz Earle one's quite new, so not quite so much. And I test out a lot of masks and a lot of overnight creams and things like that, and these are the ones that I found to be most effective. I've tried to pick out 5 that are different sorts of needs and price points and things like that. Now the first one, whoa, look at my hair! What's going on today? The first one is one that I only really tried because so many people loved it, and I thought, you know what, this has got to be good. I was initially put off because it's very, very fragranced. I mean, it smells beautiful, but I sort of didn't really want to go there with that much. It smelled very perfumed, and when I tried it again after many years of, they had another one that wasn't an intensive, I don't think, it was just called Drink Up. When I first tried this again, I was first pregnant, and so the smell was a little bit too much for me. If that doesn't bother you, I think this is a really, really nice option for deep, deep overnight hydration, especially if you've sort of got oily, greasy skin and you don't want anything too rich and buttery. You just want the skin drink, but not the oil, if you know what I mean. I mean, it is quite rich and buttery, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel that this feels sort of claggy or heavy on the skin. So it's quite a nice option for that reason. You get 100 ml in this, and it's £24. Now, if you were buying a night cream, which you would just put on, it would absorb, job done, you would probably pay that or a little bit more for half the amount. So I do think that actually these overnight masks, on the whole, tend to work out quite well in terms of pricing. If you were looking for a really rich night cream to take you through winter, you might almost be better off, and in terms of value, getting an overnight mask and using that instead a few times a week. So this one I find to be really good. My skin's very plumptious and lovely in the morning, but yes, very fragranced, that one. If fragrance does bother you, and actually I find this one slightly more hydrating and slightly lighter as well in texture than the Origins, then the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Overnight Hydrating Mask is amazing. I'll try and find the link to the post that I did on my website, because I tried this and pitched it against a couple of other hydrating overnight masks, and this just beat them hands down. It was so good. It's very light and fresh in texture, so if you do have sort of acneic skin, or you just don't like the feel of rich and heavy things on your skin overnight, perfect. It's very refreshing and cooling and lovely. A great one for summer actually, if you're going on holiday somewhere hot or something like that. And again, a whopping amount in this. So you get 125 ml in this one, and it's £28. So probably working out about the same actually. Yes, this one is a lot lighter and fresher. In fact, this is probably the most light and fresh out of the 5 of them that I want to show you. Really love this one. I mean, you wouldn't believe how sort of thirst quenching it is, considering the lightness of the texture. So top buy, I think, that one. And then on to the one that's the newest for me. This is the Liz Earle Superskin Overnight Mask. Now, Superskin has become a little bit of a sort of franchise for Liz Earle. They've got a whole range of things that are Superskin, and I think it's a sort of patented blend of oils that they've got. It's quite fragranced, but it's not like an added perfume, I don't think. I'll have to double check that, and I will let you know below. So a really nice sort of bouncy texture to that one. Doesn't feel cloying or too rich on the skin, doesn't go all over your pillow. However, The first time I used this and woke up in the morning, my skin felt so amazing and so sort of plumpy and youthful that I was just absolutely hooked. And I've used this loads. I think it's great. Again, a whopping 100 ml of this. If you were buying it as a night cream, if you're buying a sort of equivalent product, it would work out a lot more expensive, like twice the price. So I don't know whether I've sort of just noticed this and it's a weird thing that I've noticed, or there's a reason why the masks work out cheaper. I don't know, because in a way they're like a supersonic night cream, so you'd think they'd be more expensive. But there we go, maybe people won't pay as much for masks and so they give you like a bumper amount of product and it's like a marketing thing. Either way, I think it's a little trick to look out for. I want to finish off with two sort of anti-aging, more of an anti-aging lean. And those are the Alpha H Beauty Sleep, and this is the Power Peel. This has got retinol and it's got, I think, 15% glycolic acid in this. So it's a proper powerhouse overnight mask. I've stepped away from this during pregnancy because I find that my skin's just a lot more sensitive to acids and things like that. So there's a lot of things that I can't use, but I tried this obviously before I was pregnant. I used it a lot. Excellent. This is the most expensive of the ones I'm showing actually. This is £56 for 50 ml. So this is like, I mean, it is super duper though. I feel like with Alpha H you get what you would get in, it's worth a lot more money than what they charge, if you know what I mean, for the ingredients and the quality and the way it's formulated. Their products are just so effective that I think, you know, if you're the sort of person that's splashing out a couple of £100 on a cream, try Alpha H, because most likely you're going to be getting the same kind of effect. And although it's not like the cheapest brand in the world, it's sort of no frills, and I think you get a lot more than what you would pay for with other brands that are more expensive. That was a waffle, wasn't it? Anyway, nice smell to that one, in sort of the same way that the Liz Earle does. It smells more essential oily than a sort of artificial perfume smell. It's very soothing and sleep inducing, I feel. If you've used the This Works Deep Sleep Pillow Spray, which is one of my all-time favourite sort of non-beauty but health maintenance products, it smells a bit like that, which is nice because it's just a little added benefit, isn't it? It's like having pillow spray on your face, and it's tackling aging from every angle. So if you've got dark spots, wrinkles, sort of pigmentation or unevenness to your skin tone, even if you're sort of having adult breakouts and things like that, really it's pretty good for everything. I mean, if you've got sensitive, very sensitive skin, then tread carefully with this. Maybe try and get hold of a sample and just try a little bit out first, but otherwise very good. You wake up with very bright, very renewed looking skin. If, however, you can't stretch to that and you're really looking for something a lot more on the affordable range of things, I've used this a lot this year. You wouldn't actually know this was a mask unless you started really reading into it. You'd think this was just a night cream, but in fact it's got this very bouncy texture that sort of manages to like gel to your skin a little bit, and you can still feel it on your skin in the morning even though it's a very light and fresh texture. This is the Revitalift. Now I've got a French one, so I don't know whether it looks exactly like this in the UK, but it's the cream overnight mask. And even though it feels very light, very fresh, the effects are amazing. Really sort of bouncy, plumpy, youthful looking skin. And I've always had really great results with this one too. This is a fraction of the price of the other. Obviously hasn't got the same ingredients. There's no retinol in this, and I'm pretty sure there's no glycolic acid. I think there might be salicylic. So it's got a nice little sort of resurfacing effect. This is normally about £20, but quite often there's an offer on it. So I'll check and I'll put one below if there is one. There we go, 5 overnight masks. I feel like I've sort of sunk down during the course of this video. All of them beautiful. Hopefully there's something there that sounds like it's what you need for overnight going into these winter months. And let me know if there's any that I've missed off that you think that I should try. I have tried a hell of a lot of them to get them whittled down to these 5, so I've probably tried quite a few maybe that you'll suggest, but you always seem to surprise me with your knowledge of different brands, and I've found so many different things actually through comments that you've left below videos, because I do try and add stuff to my list and try it. So yeah, let me know and I'll see you in the next video.